Say, you got giant steps?
Giant steps.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Gregory Agid. Today, we're going to talk about some of the baddest chord changes of all time, Coltrane Changes. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm under kind of an extreme time constraint. I have to fly to London this evening at 5 o'clock. It's currently 12:40, and I need to head to the airport in maybe half an hour or so. One of my goals this year was to release a YouTube video every 2 weeks. And so that 2 weeks is coming up this Saturday. It's Wednesday. I got to film this video before I leave. Hopefully I'm going to edit it on the airplane. And I just really want to keep up with this 2-week video posting schedule. So sorry if this video seems kind of rushed. Just want to get it out there. The reason I'm late on my YouTube filming schedule is because I am currently filming a video course. Y'all, that's right. I'm filming a comprehensive video course on improvisation. And the course is going to be designed to teach those of you who want to learn how to improvise the fundamentals of improvisation. I've been sidetracked making that video course, and I am throwing this video together last minute, but it's going to be killing. A week or so ago, I posted a video called the Coltrane Cycle, this one. Pretty killing, right? I got a great response from the video. I got a lot of emails and comments asking about the cycle. So today I wanted to dig into the Coltrane Cycle. Long story short, the Coltrane Cycle are a set of chord changes that are derived from Coltrane's tune Giant Steps, or Countdown. Giant Steps, Countdown, Countdown, Giant Steps. I guess it's Giant Steps because Giant Steps is the first track of the album Giant Steps. Countdown is the third or so. Giant Steps is a really hip tune. It's got a very interesting set of chord changes, and it's got a very distinct sound. And for a lot of musicians, Giant Steps is kind of like the gauntlet of one of the more challenging set of chord changes that we have to navigate. These changes take us into a variety of different keys. I'm going to go ahead and play the root notes of each of the chord changes. I'm going to grab my horn. Giant Steps changes start in the key of B concert, C sharp on my instrument. So that's a rather complicated key. Let's go ahead and make it a little simpler and start in B flat concert, C on the clarinet, trumpet, tenor sax, all the B flat instruments. I like to play things in all 12 keys, and as I was playing the Coltrane Changes, I made a super hip discovery. Now, y'all, I'm not claiming to be the first person on earth to have ever discovered this, but this is something I discovered in my practice process and really helped me understand these changes a lot better. Instead of thinking about these chord changes as a long 4-measure phrase that goes God knows where, I think about it as a 2-chord segment that's being transposed down in major thirds. Let me explain. What we're going to do is we're going to take 2 chords, a minor third apart. We're going to take a major 7th chord and a dominant chord. So what we'll do is we'll take a C major 7, and then we're going to go up a minor third to E flat 7, and we're going to take that shape and transpose it down in major thirds. We're going to start by taking a C major 7 and going up a minor third to E flat 7. So we got a major 7th chord and a dominant chord up a minor third. We're going to take those 2 chords and move them down a major third. So what's a major third below C? A flat. Killing. So the next group of chord changes starts on an A flat. What's a minor third above A flat? A flat, B. So we have an A flat major 7 and a B7. Once again, we're going to take those 2 chords and move them down a major third. What's a major third below A flat? E. Killing. So the next group of changes starts on an E major 7. What's a minor third above E major 7? G7. Killing, y'all. Once again, we're going to take that same shape and move it down a major third. What's a major third below E? C. And now we start repeating the cycle. So the cycle goes C, E flat, down a major third, A flat, B, down a major third, E, G, down a major third, C, E flat. And now we start repeating the cycle. The hip thing about the Coltrane Changes is it's 2 chords a minor third apart, moving down in major thirds. And then eventually those chords begin to repeat again. Let's go ahead and play the shape 1, 2, 3, 1 on each one of these chord changes. Let's go ahead and play 1, 3, 5 on each one of those chord changes. These changes are symmetrical, so you don't need to learn them in 12 keys. You only need to learn them in 4. Check this out. Let's transpose that set of chord changes to the key of A flat. Let's play the pattern 1, 2, 3, 1 in A flat using the Coltrane changes. Check it out. The hip thing about playing the Coltrane changes in A flat is that we've already done it. We played that grouping of changes when we played the C Coltrane changes. If we play the Coltrane changes in the key of C, we've also played them in the key of A flat, and we've also played them in the key of E. Check it out. Let's do the same thing in the key of E. If you play Coltrane changes in one key, you've also played them in 3 other keys, all a major third apart. The key of C, A flat, and E are all cousin keys in the Coltrane changes. If you learned the Coltrane cycle in C, D flat, D, and E flat, you've learned it in all 12 keys. Noticing symmetry in music is super hip. Take the chromatic scale. Are there 12 chromatic scales, or is there one chromatic scale with different inversions? The Coltrane cycle lick that I created was inspired by the circle of fourths lick that you may have heard people play over rhythm changes. Check this lick out. Running out of air. Let's go ahead and transform that lick to fit the Coltrane changes. Just like the circle of fourths lick, we're going to start this with the shape 3, 5, 1. Check it out. E, G, C. The next chord we need to hit is an E flat 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to descend chromatically to hit the 5 of the E flat 7, the B flat. Check it out. I'm on an E flat 7, and the next chord I need to hit is an A flat. I'm going to descend the E flat 7, 5, 3, 1, flat 7, and then resolve to the 3rd of the A flat. Now we're on an A flat major 7, and once again, I'm going to ascend 3, 5, 1. The next chord I'm trying to hit is a B7. So once again, I'm going to descend chromatically to the 5 of the B7. From the B7, the next chord I need to hit is an E major 7. So I'm going to descend the B7, 5, 3, 1, flat 7, and then resolve to the 3rd of the E7. Now I'm on the 3rd of the E major 7. Once again, we're going to go 3, 5, 1. The next chord we're going to hit is a G7. So I'm going to descend from the E chromatically to hit the 5 of the G7. From the G7, we want to go back to a C major 7. So I'm going to play that shape 5, 3, 1, flat 7, and then resolve to the 3rd of the C major 7. Check it out. Essentially, what we're doing is we're taking a short one measure phrase and playing it down in major thirds. The hip thing about this is if we start that cycle in measure 2, we're now playing that cycle in the key of A flat. If we start that cycle in measure 3, we're now playing that cycle in the key of E. If you can play this cycle in one key, you can also play it in 3 other keys, a major third apart. Let's try and create an ascending version of this cycle. And y'all, my flight's happening in a couple minutes, so I gotta blow through this. Once again, we're in the key of C, so let's play 3, 5, 1 in the key of C. The next change we're trying to hit is an E flat 7. So once again, let's descend chromatically to the 5. Instead of descending the triad, how about we play this shape over the dominant 7th chords? We're going to play 5, 6, flat 7, root. And then we're going to resolve it to the 3rd of the next chord. Check it out. That C is the 3rd of the A major 7. Let's go ahead and play that shape over the A major 7 and the B7. On the A major 7, playing 3, 5, 1, going down 2 half steps, A flat, G, F sharp. That F sharp becomes the 5 of the B7, and then we're going to take that other phrase. We're going to play 5, 6, flat 7, 1, and then we're going to resolve it to the 3rd of the E major 7. Now, we're going to play that shape from the E major 7. 3, 5, 1, down a half step, and play that mixed Lydian lick. Check it out. I'm running out of range and I'm running out of time, so I got to go. The super hip thing about the Coltrane Changes is it's a set of chord changes a minor third apart, and when you take a lick that happens a minor third apart, if you move it down in major thirds, you're going to get the Coltrane Changes. All right, y'all, if you enjoyed this lesson, please don't forget to show me some love. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. If you visit my website, you can download a PDF of today's lick. I have a bunch of other lessons, and please stay tuned. I'm going to have my Improv for Beginners class coming out soon. All right, y'all, thank you so much. I got to go to London. I'll catch you all later. Peace.